Okay. Do you need me to make a roll for that?
Not for that, just because you're good at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
The modifiers would make it basically impossible to fail, and I can't think of anything interesting that would happen with a critical failure on that, so...
Fair enough.
I mean, that's fair.
Titans.
Okay. So, I guess, yeah, just have it keep me updated also, if that's all right.
Yep. So we'll
I don't
make a
know,
thing every 10 minutes for the first hour after it's opened, and then after that point, we'll make it every hour.
Okay. That sounds good to me. We
Cool.
should be able to find it.
All right then.
Boom.
All right.
Into the ship with it.
So, in the week since you dropped the container off, has Wheels done anything interesting?
Wheels is going to score some kick,
Awesome.
which is the drug that he's hooked on. It's a stimulant. So whenever he's not having intense adrenaline rushes from actually racing something, he's inhaling some kick.
Oof.
And I think doing a lot of street racing of some kind.
Well, that's fun.
Sure.
Is that what the kids are doing these days?
What even is a kid these days?
I mean,
All right.
window. So, about 7-ish days, because space is weird and time and stuff.
It's timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey. You get for those who have access to it, you get a ping from the bug, letting you know that it has sensed light, the thing has been opened.
Mm-hmm.
Dak's camera shows a relatively nondescript gentleman. You know, he looks like what in modern times would be a quirky professor with like the tweed jacket and elbow patches and all that good stuff. He opens the box, pulls the canister out, and then... Are you watching this feed live, Dak?
Yeah.
Okay. So as he pulls it out, everyone gets a ping from Dr. Jace asking if, first of all, thanking you for taking this mission on, and asking if you would meet him in a simulspace for a debrief.
Of course.
I do what I did last time and just
Yeah.
burrow in deeper to where I'm scavenging.
We are available.
New link, and is anyone not logging in?
I will fork a clone. I will create a fork and have the fork attend.
All right.
That's probably what I'll do too. Like, not my actual self.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think Wheels too. Wheels is in the middle of a high-speed chase at the moment, so he is forking.
Whoops. Yeah, so you log in, and it's not the seascape from last time. Rather, you're in kind of an industrial-feeling, small music venue. There's like exposed pipes. It looks like no one has cleaned this floor in about 30 years. There's seating. It's empty, but you still hear music kind of dum 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 playing. And on the bar there is The winged cat.
We're determined
Melina-
to scratch it.
If you try to pet him, he's gonna like flick his wings at you and just kind of do that thing that cats do where they sidestep away from the end.
Melina's just going to look around and say, my kind of place.
Why, thank you. I'm rather proud of this one.
So it's basically like a basement in a club?
Yeah.
Like the boiler room?
Yes.
So there's like exposed pipes and stuff?
So what's funny is that in my head I based the description of this place around a club I know called the Boiler Room. So yes, exactly.
Nice.
Okay.
Excellent. Melina just bops along with the music and waits for something to happen. Of course, she's still in the simul space avatar that's almost all but transparent.
Jufin is kind of looks around. He's like, I'm sure you have questions. I believe that was part of your compensation, was that I would answer your questions honestly. What questions do you have? You're muted, Jack.
Oh. What exactly does that do?
The jar. I think he's talking about this cylinder.
Ah, yes. That is a particularly nasty virus.
A nasty what?
Virus. It is...
Oh, I thought you said crevice. I was like, what?
I mean, that too.
Oh, so it's that kind of club.
The container contained a small sample of a virus engineered by the Titans, as I'm sure you figured that much out already. You're very smart people. Specifically, it is the petrifier nanovirus. So I'm very glad to see that this container was intact. It does exactly what it says on the tin. It turns you to stone, basically.
What did your associate want with it?
He and I were very close, and then we weren't. I thought I could still trust her, and it appears I cannot.
Well, trust is important, but knowing who you can't trust is equally important.
That's very true.
So, these Titans, I've been out of circulation for a little while. Just how dangerous are they?
Shufin just kind of tilts his head at you. Titans were responsible for 95% of transhumanity being exterminated.
I figured that much out. But my question is, how dangerous are they now?
We suspect they are still highly dangerous. But all we have are suspicions and rumors. And small amounts of
Interesting.
activity.
So this is not the first such threat that you have encountered?
No, it is not.
There's an organization that looks after these sorts of threats. So, are you part of that organization?
He just kind of tilts his head a little bit. That is one of the reasons I wanted to speak with you all. The previous errand I asked you to run was admittedly not entirely simply for my benefit. I have been trying to put together a team that I feel can deal very well with next threats as they come up. I am not able to do the field work myself, but I am able to give direction and resources as needed.
Interesting.
Why me? Why any of us? I don't know really where your thinking is picking us for sort of mission.
A team for Firewall, which is the organization we speak of, needs variety within it. There are some skills that any team will be better at than others, but a balanced group is important. It also helps when you don't necessarily know each other. There's less personal feelings to get in the way.
Would Dak know what Firewall is?
Roll me research.
Right.
The name Firewall sounds vaguely familiar. Oh wait, no, that's a 78. That means, yes, you know everything there is to know about Firewall that you could possibly know. Because that's a 78% success. You know that Firewall is both a secret organization and an organization that finds it important to disseminate information unless it would be an incredible threat. You know that a lot of information that leaks from Firewall is purposefully leaked.
So with that knowledge, they've probably been part of a leak team in the past, at least.
Yeah. You would also know that Firewall's main mission is to protect transhumanity from anything that might completely wipe the species out.
This would give us access to copious resources, would it not?
It would, yes. You would be expected to use your discretion in what you find, in how you share what you find in those resources, but you would have access to them.
We will debate briefly. And like their form kind of shimmers into like a holding pattern.
All right.
So it sounds like Firewall is not only an organization, but a viewpoint, a stance regarding information control. Does this tie with other people's understanding? I'll be honest, I simply guessed that such an organization had to exist because you don't have a 95% population loss without some sort of organized resistance to it coming into being.
Shufin, he's a cat, obviously, so he's not smiling, but you get that kind of pleased vibe from his body language.
Mm-hmm.
Being a cat, it's more smug, but
He's blinking very slowly.
You're very perceptive. Very
I have my
intuitive.
moments.
That is a thing we need on a firewall team.
Interesting.
Estrella's sort of trying to act grim and whatnot, like, oh yes, I'm thinking very hard about this, but she's already made her mind up.
I would assume there would be some sort of commitment required for assisting an organization like this. Certain constraints that might have to be imposed on those who work on such sensitive affairs.
Her job. If a job is incredibly sensitive, there may be additional measures taken to protect that information.
Mm-hmm.
By and large, the commitment is your willingness and your desire to, well, your commitment to protecting transhumanity. Whatever else you wish to get out of this is your business.
Well, my interest is in helping others. If there is a threat, I am keen to assist. I can't speak for anyone else. So, did anyone else want to add anything on a private sideband?
Isev's actually going to go privately to the professor. And Isev says, I'll do it if you can give me everything you know about this. And Isev's going to send him the symbol.
The symbol.
Ooh, the symbol.
Mysteries.
Shufin kind of somehow takes the paper in his paws, which this is only the two of you, so
Talented.
Suddenly there are thumbs.
virtual reality, what do you want?
Polydactyl.
Holding it like this.
Just watch the paws just kind of curl around.
Oof.
Rakshasa!
Say, this does not strike anything currently. But I will do research, and I promise you I will find what I can find.
That's all I'm asking for.
Excellent.
Estrella's also going to sort of try and pull him aside, I guess, if that's what we can do that, and just be like, what exactly do you know about?
What exactly do I know about what?
Me.
We know your history,
Well, then you know more than I do.
but we also know that your history doesn't necessarily matter. You are good at reading people, at understanding them, at diffusing tense situations.
Hi, I'm the tense situation.
Confuse me, please.
Oh!
Get some
Wow.
wire cutters.
Oh, it's gonna be that kind of party.
Well, I suppose this sounds like an adventure, and I am getting quite bored of the people I spend time with lately. So I don't have any reason to say no. I was just sort of hoping you could enlighten me on my own path.
Perhaps that is something we can work towards.
That's good enough for me. And then I'll just like cut off that. I guess we've go ahead.
Dak would like shimmer back into like off the hold pattern. We have debated. We agree. Didn't hear you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I believe that leaves us with one who has not committed.
I want reliable ego backup while I'm working for Firewall, and protection. There's some criminals that want me dead and that are hunting my ego.
We can provide you with the backups. And we can provide you with the resources to protect yourself.
Can't believe I'm negotiating to kill X threats with a cat right now, but
I mean,
sure,
he just looks like a cat. He's got wings.
I feel like Wheels' avatar looks exactly like Wheels.
To be fair, most people's avatars look exactly like them.
Okay.
Because when you can customize your body, why would you bother changing it in virtual space?
I should draw mine.
Yeah, Melina's will just be a generic goth girl.
I was looking at the descriptions for the what are they called again? The
Morphs?
morphs, thank you. And like the pleasure one said that they usually have like the cat ears and they look like I don't know, they look like furries, and I was really down for that. So
But do you have a tail?
I just wanted to know to have a nice... Absolutely. And it cannot pick things up, but it is there.
But it can knock things over.
Yes.
He has tried many a time to pick things up and instead knock things over.
Cool. Well, it seems we have an accord, correct?
Yay, it's a party.
I'm always up for a party.
Isa just starts analyzing everybody else in the room.
Pulls out a virtual popper.
Now she's thinking to herself, well, shit, I gotta protect that one.
Melina manifests a large bottle of tequila that would have been popular last about 120 years ago.
Okay.
Dos Equis?
And virtually pours a virtual glass of virtual tequila for everyone in there. Raises the glass and says,
I'm virtually excited about it.
to whatever undertaking this is, let it be successful and mutually beneficial.
Is alcohol like a thing? I guess
I mean,
it would be.
While you're in the simulspace, you'll feel the effects of it, but as soon as you log out, it's gone because it's virtual.
Okay.
Unless
I'm just gonna go with she's never had tequila.
Yeah, I mean, the point of this isn't
alcohol, but not tequila.
the point of this isn't sensory. It's symbolic. It's a symbolic action of a sealed deal.
Yeah.
I feel like Ethev, with her absolutely zero social skills, accidentally knocked it back while you were mid talking, and now is standing there awkwardly like, I should have waited.
Wheels
Tops
just
it back up for
casually
you.
pours another.
Oh, great! I could use one more, and she.
One more for everyone then.
Okay, I
One was acceptable.
Fire down below. Oh, sorry.
So, deal is sealed.
It is, and I do have another mission for you. As newly minted.
Really?
Well. Let me check and see if I finished something before I go spouting off.
Oh,
Do I have another mission for you?
Yeah, there we go.
Here's a fetch quest while I figure this out.
You should have had a briefing pop up on your screen. He kind of sends this file over to you. I need you to investigate the small habitat maniac. They have been quiet lately. Firewall. Thank you. Firewall. We don't know if there's a threat on board or if they just desire their privacy currently. But given the nature of their business, we feel it is best to investigate.
So, is there no communication or activity, or are they being turned away? Like, what does that mean?
Any communication that comes in, just there's no response. They haven't sent any communications out. Anyone who tries to go to the station is just given an automated recording of no entry, go away.
Okay. Fun. Okay.
Sounds
Can we have a
intriguing.
ship?
As with last time, I will provide resources for a ship, yes. I hear the last one at least made it back intact.
You sound surprised.
The type of people that Firewall often looks to recruit tend to get in a lot of hot water naturally.
In my defense, that ship wasn't fast enough to make it worth crashing.
That is noted.
Isav actually snort laughs at that.
Oh, dear.
Now they get it.
Helena just raises her eyebrows.
All right. Okay, so did we just jump in and go? Do you guys want to try and get some supplies or something? I have this gun still.
Is that the gun that I gave you?
Yes.
No, you don't. Because as you came off the ship, I would have put my hand out and said, "Can I have that back, please?"
I'm just kidding. It's my gun.
You cheeky wench!
I wanted more guns. I thought you were gonna let me keep it.
Is this maniac tied to criminal? Is it a criminal organization?
No, they would be more scum because it's the Jovian Trojans. They don't. Criminal is not quite drug running. It's not exactly the most noble thing you can do. But...
might I be able to?
Did I just say that the term narco algorithms is like extremely just like I can't stop thinking about that.
Why don't you explain what a narco algorithm is?
Narco
Like
algorithm.
I have forgotten where my math is.
I'm just imagining
Use,
like
define.
type this into like you like pull up the black and green screen and you just like type in the narco algorithm and then your screen just like shows you the like really like those YouTube videos that you're supposed to watch when you're high. It just was that the whole time.
It brings you right to the mainframe.
You think that's what you're seeing, but it's really just like an old Windows screensaver of the pipes.
When at visualizations, it's fine.
Anyway.
So what's it actually do?
What actually do?
Narco algorithms.
Narco algorithms are basically they're drugs for computers.
I was right.
Yeah, basically, like they're just.
It is the Windows pipe.
Yeah.
They're algorithms that affect Infolives, AGIs, cyber brains would affect them too. Just anything that runs on computer software rather than biological software.
Do we know if the residents of the Hab were primarily biomorphs or synthmorphs?
Roll me research.
Let me see which one of me is better at that. Oh, that's almost got to be my muse. Oh yeah, can I use my muse?
Yeah, you can use your muse.
Okay, Maverick, let you tell me what you know.
Maverick informs you that at last count, all 20 residents of Maniac were biomorphs.
Did they have cyber brains?
Some of them might have, some of them probably didn't.
Okay.
Most of them probably didn't.
Do we have the schematics for the place?
You would be able to get those. I don't have a map for them, so.
I just for, where do I go now?
Which rep is scum rep?
Scum rep? Oh, that's a good question.
That G rep?
No, that's criminal. I don't remember what scum rep was. One moment. Let me just go
Scum
to
and villainy? No, that's something else.
Wretched hives.
This is definitely a page I should have bookmarked.
At rep.
It would be at rep, yeah.
Yeah. It's on page 35.
Thank you.
In that case, would Dak be able to use their at rep to see if maybe they could find a former Maniac member that might know a way in?
You could. Or you could probably ask, the professor who is still kind of there.
Oh.
That person with access to a wealth of information?
Do you have access codes to gain us entry?
Access codes. They have kept those very quiet and secret and don't tend to go out of their way at all to let anyone who doesn't live there in. I do have a contact that you can reach out to and speak to. That's the wrong note file. Her name is Gladys McDole. She's on an independent drug runner, and she has been the last to have had any contact with Maniac.
Are they an entirely isolated dome?
They are entirely isolated, yes.
So if I have no smuggling and black market, would I know this person? Can I roll one of those to know?
Yeah, roll me your black market.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you would know. You would know of her.
Probably never interacted before.
Probably
but...
not. Probably some of your clients have used her products before.
Yeah. Yep. Cool.
If I've got black markets, could I try that as well, or perhaps aid her?
Yeah, you can totally.
No, never mind.
Can you?
You tried.
You try.
I'm like, Gladys McDonough?
You feel like the name might be familiar, but you can't quite place it.
Gladys.
You've probably known several drug dealers in your life. It's fine.
Glad
Come to find out she is your current drug dealer.
Surprise!
That's where I know her.
It's one of those things where it's like the name kind of sounds familiar, but not familiar enough for you to be like, oh, this is important for me to remember. All right.
Let's see.
So Melina is going to try to do a what do we call it? A behavioral algorithms check using her muse, Donix, to see if Donix can make some inquiries about obtaining quantities of Nofux, which is the drug that the Maniac guys are creating. Specifically to see, gauge the reactions of those who respond and tracking any avatars that respond to the request to see what sort of what sort of behavioural reactions they're going to make in terms of going to other people, communicating directly, trying to evaluate their motives, and whether there is a shortage of Nofux at the moment, or those sorts of things.
Oh God.
We can try and get some, but no fucks will be given.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for somebody that dislikes puns, you kind of walked right into that one, Michi.
I really did. Why didn't I think things through better?
What did you think we were gonna think?
So there isn't really a shortage of no fucks going on right now.
Big mood.
There's so many fucks. So many.
There are lots of fucks not to give. There isn't really a shortage. You do know that it it's a social drug. It's pretty easy to get a hold of. A lot of people are going to have it or know where to get it. What you do come across is that some of the dealers are a little grumpy because it's not as good as it had been, because they had to change manufacturers.
Mm-hmm. That's the sort of information I was looking for. Awesome. I feed that back to the rest of the group. that there does seem to have been some impact on the supply of NoFux, not so much in terms of quantity, but in quality. We know the people that we're looking for are purveyors and manufacturers of a particularly excellent brand of this substance.
I want to check out this ship. What does it look like?
It's a pretty standard courier ship. Doesn't have any heavy weaponries. It's fast.
Well, I guess that'll do.
Okay. Melina's also going to make a research check to see if she can figure out what the components of the drug are and identify what materials would be required to manufacture it, and see if it would be possible to get hold of a quantity of that would pass inspection should we need to board that station and have a valid reason to be there.
Give me 1 second to find my notes. There's a lot of notes.
I have decent forensics, like medicine. Do you want me to try and roll that to help? I mean, I feel like that would help better if it was like we had a sample of it and you were trying to analyze it. But
Find the drugs again.
Yeah, that's my problem too.
It's on page XX.
Where did the social drugs go? The questions I end up asking.
I kind of want there to be a drug that we've created named Yummy Pockets now.
we can work on that.
You really could.
I'm not gonna tell you no.
It's 339.
There we go. Social drugs. All right.
As opposed to those introvert
Okay.
drugs.
Those are just as important.
So
Don't do drugs,
no fucks would
Yeah,
be
kids.
audience.
drugs are bad. You know,
Okay.
Okay. Speaking of bad.
Especially don't do space drugs.
Oh no, if you get the opportunity to do space drugs, totally do space drugs.
responsibly. Do space drugs responsibly.
There you go.
I mean, feel free to use them irresponsibly as long as you've got a backup morph available.
Back up more for the babysitter. You're fine.
Maybe some psychosurgery.
So, NoFlux is a biochem. It's, getting a hold of it, you can do that pretty easily. I'm gonna make some shit up and say that, yeah. So you're gonna try to get a sample of NoFlux to analyze?
Oh, why not? Would my forensics be a role I could use for that?
Yeah, if
Or
you
my
had
medicine?
if you have a sample of the drug, medicine would probably.
Okay.
Would it be medicine or forensics? That's the question.
Well, I have medicine with a specialty in forensics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would think that like knowing drugs would be a part of that. Like you can tell if somebody died from a drug if you can tell
Yeah.
what drug it is.
Yeah, and researching toxicology reports and yeah. Okay.
I mean, these days that'd be something that a decent scanner would probably figure out pretty damn quickly.
That was an okay roll. Not really. It was not a good succeed.
What you can tell, I'm assuming that Melina obtained the sample and because it's something you can obtain pretty easily, and
Sure.
Firewall would definitely cover it, so I'm not worried about it. So what Australia would know about the drug is that it's definitely plant-based in origin, which is probably why the supply is not as good anymore, because different strains of the plants would cause different purities, and I don't know enough about drugs.
It's space weed. I get it now.
It's not quite space weed, that's orbital hash.
Oh, cool.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
My bad.
But it's
This
like
is space acid.
it's like if space weed and space alcohol were mixed together, then you have no fucks.
I'm getting a sense, though, that we've missed something important here. For those who are old school Muppet fans, I have to do this, I'm sorry. But we are talking about drugs in space!
I did that exactly when I was explaining to my friend what I was going to be playing. I was like, it's basically just, D&D in space. And I just did that every time I talked about it. And eventually, I think she did get tired of it.
So
how can you get tired of that?
No one's been able to access the dome at all, right?
Yeah, nobody's been in or out for the last 6 months.
Okay. Would Dak be able to tap into potentially some bots that are out in that area to start setting up basically a Wi-Fi relay?
That would be InfoSec, I think. Hacking is hard. Yeah, roll me InfoSec for that.
Would the specs that we got for the hab are you gonna be okay?
I'm fine. I got makeup in my nose, so.
Oh no.
Oh noes.
Would the specs that we got for the hab include the security measures for the hab?
Roll for that. I could throw one on the ground, that's fine. They would have some security measures, but there's obviously some information that's been redacted.
Okay. So yes, security plus surprises.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Can't
So
charm a computer.
I mean, I can.
what were you trying to do again, Dak? Before I started sneezing everywhere.
They wanted to basically hack some bots to start setting up a wireless node out there, so
Right.
get some access to that dome.
Right. So yeah, you're able to you're able to pretty easily tap into the internal wireless system for Maniac, but you get shut down really quickly. Like, hold on, there's a skill I need you to roll and I don't know what it is.
I bet
Ha.
it's guns.
There's a lot of skills to keep up with.
You know what? If this substance is plant-based, we should
Was
just
it
be.
interface?
We should just carry a whole pile of fertilizer in on our cargo vessel.
Do I though?
You notice that for a habitat that is staffed entirely by biomorphs, that was really quick that they caught that.
That's interesting.
Jack, why is it that even without the voice modulator, you still sound creepy in that voice?
His brand.
Good voice
Practice.
acting.
So,
think we're
Melina
dealing with-
is going to start making some inquiries about obtaining some fertilizer as well, because that would be good for anything that's being grown as a crop. And
Awesome.
Go ahead.
other than that, just getting helping Wheels get the ship loaded and ready, and gearing up herself.
Alright, yeah, you can easily find some. You can't find organic fertilizer, because that's. I mean,
Sure.
you're in space. You're in
But,
space. Cows
some-
don't really like space that much.
I
so-
would get whole food.
Yeah,
I
but
think
stuff that could be used in a hydroponics lab, sort of thing.
Yeah, you're able to get that pretty easily.
Yep.
You had something you were going to be doing, Dak?
Was trying to relay to the rest of the team. I think we're dealing with some additional cybernetic intelligences as well. I rethink.
Who'd have thought that? This being a firewall mission and all.
I mean, there was that stackless chick, so if it doesn't get creepier than that,
effective for biomorphs.
Noted.
womp womp. I can't do anything about that.
Perhaps a more up-close and personal approach will yield better results. Perhaps with a bit of, well, collaboration on those sorts of affairs.
I just start sheathing and unsheathing my claws.
So is there any other things that anyone wants to follow up on? Like perhaps that contact that Dr. Jace gave you?
Oh yeah,
You don't
that's what I
have to.
would do.
That's totally up to you. I'm just reminding you that it's there.
No, it would be silly for me to just sit around and not do anything. I've at least heard of her, so I'd probably have a fairly easy time of finding and contacting her.
Yeah, you have her contact information.
Yeah, so what are we doing again? We're trying. What is she? She's one of the people who was smuggling or like selling.
Yeah, she's a
That's
drug
not
runner.
right.
She sells drugs. You know that she primarily deals in no fucks and other recreational drugs, although she has a few clients that request brutality.
What's brutality?
Brutality is a combat
I guess I
drug.
can look it up.
The drugs for crazy murderers.
Yeah,
That's fun.
it makes you better in battle. Makes you not hurt as much.
Gladys was also the last person to have contact with Maniac, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think if you're gonna go see her, I might weasel my way into that as being there by pretending that I totally know. I know her. I remember her. I think.
All right. Well,
I think.
I'm sure the two of us is better than one. Fork or no.
Anyone else going to tag along on this trip?
Hmm?
Is anyone else going to tag along on this trip?
No.
I'll tag along as protection.
Okay.
Good to have.
God. All right.
Or possibly the source of violence.
And as I said, Melina is organising the logistics of getting the appropriate reagents and stuff on board, so we can actually provide a legitimate cargo to present. The other thing that I'm going to suggest is that we doctor up an order form for these drugs. For these reagents. I'd like to make a sort of digital forgery type check to see if I can do that in a way that is going to be fairly authentic. Just to give us an extra layer of backstop for being here with a cargo hold full of stuff that they might use.
Can I actually get like a digital order form from a Circle A contact?
I mean,
Because they would be the buyers.
Yeah. Yeah, you could probably do that. Roll your Circle A rep.
History, that's where it is. Modifier?
No modifier.
Okay.
Oh, but that is a critical success, so yeah. You get a copy of an order form that Melina can easily take and change and do
whatever needs doing.
Yeah. Customize it.
Okay.
I send that over immediately.
Okay. Do you want infosec, persuade? What are we looking for here? Deceive?
Probably deceive, yeah. Because, like, this is easy for you. It's just a matter of getting another critical. So, yeah, this is a digital order form that will fool anyone.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. So we make sure that we have that in both a physical and digital copy on board. And as far as I'm concerned, Melina is ready to depart.
All right. So, Estrella, Esev, and Wheels are going to go see Gladys.
And this is like, is this Gladys with like an OS?
No, Gladys.
Okay. Making sure. Okay, now I have to come up with what
That
I
would have been
say.
awesome, actually. So, how are you going to first get in contact with her? The question.
We have her information.
Yeah, you have her contact information. Are you going to send her a, hey, can we meet somewhere? Or, hey, we need to ask you some questions about a thing. Can you meet us here? Kind of thing? Or how are you going to go about that?
What do you two think would be better? Should we like be straight up, or should I try and be like, hey, can I buy some drugs? And then like just happen to ask some questions. Would that be too weird?
Could we maybe get one of our reps to like organize a meeting that would not raise flags? Like a maybe G rep or
Say again?
using some kind of connection with a rep like G rep in order to organize a meeting with this drug runner that would not raise any kind of flags from her.
Yeah, you can do that. Either G rep or A rep or Circle A rep.
Okay, I got G rep. Do you roll for that or do you just check it?
I could have my muse try to figure out the appropriate conventions and protocols if you wanted, using a behavioral check.
Let's see how you do just roll the rep.
Okay.
Just to check to see how well, and we'll see how well that goes, and we might have to go to that plan.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Can I use a pool? Moxie pool? Let me see. Do I have Moxie? I have Moxie. Can I use a Moxie
You can use
to
you would use a Moxie to flip it so that instead of a 70, it's a 7.
yeah, which is a mediocre success, I guess.
Oh no. That would be a very good success. Just remember, you got to roll under the.
You have
Total.
to roll under, but how close you get to the target determines how good of a success it is.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was the other way around. So the further away from it, the better the success.
It's like The Price is Right.
yeah. So like a
Okay.
59 would be like really good.
Yeah. Well, no.
Not a
Okay.
crit, but really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you spending that Moxie?
Yeah, I will.
All right. So you're able to, this is pretty easy. You're able to find someone who can get you in with Gladys real good. And he gives you a location where she can usually be found.
Okay.
Do you want to go to that location?
Sure, that sounds fine. I mean, obviously we're trying to be like subtle, but obviously this would causing waves anyway in their community. So.
Don't worry, darling. I'll be subtle.
Right.
We pop all of our collars.
I put your collar back gently. No, not necessary.
No.
I feel like if Dak did that,
Well,
it would
if you
be like
insist.
100 different collars.
Once you pop, the fun does not stop.
Alright. So you go to this
We're fine. Everything's fine.
Gladys is usually found at a coffee shop. And
Lovely.
yeah, you see her, she's just kind of sitting there, drinking coffee, talking to what you can assume is either a client or business associate.
Okay.
Do you wait for her to finish, or do you just barge over and be like, "We need to talk"?
Okay, I don't think I was that rude, but I'm just gonna like sort of wander over and like, it's so good to see you. I've been looking for you. Pardon me, is there any way that I could have a moment of your time?
She kind of just looks up at you like, what the fuck? But then over your shoulder, she sees wheels. And like a glint of recognition pops up in her eyes. She's like, yeah, hang on. Just let me finish up here and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you remember me. We met at that thing.
I feel like recognition pops in her eyes and total confusion pops in his.
Yeah. We totally met at that thing. Remember?
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, well, do come find us when you're done, and then I'm gonna have us go like get a table, kind of in like a if there's like a secluded part of the coffee shop, and get the sugariest drink that they have.
Peppermint white mocha.
Fuck yes.
The pumpkin spice.
I'm going to be
must
watching
flow.
everybody around us while we're doing this.
I'm just looking really cool.
So,
Riker maneuver over a chair and
Somehow your collars pop back up.
yeah. Just the side that isn't facing Estrella so that she can't see it.
Can I roll to see if I notice anyway?
Yes.
Welcome to Grimdark.
What should I
ladies and
roll?
gentlemen.
Kinesic or just perceive?
Perceive, yeah. Kinesics would be if you were trying to determine his body language.
I have an 80 either way, so 27.
You notice the popped collar. The half pop.
I'm like, and I just sort of, so I'm just gonna sort of lean over, like, pop the whole thing. You look worse like this. This is even more embarrassing.
So, Issa, if you're checking out, like, everyone in the place, are you also checking out Gladys?
Yes.
Cool. All right.
I'm going to be specifically looking to see what her body language is telling me.
All right, roll kinesics for me.
Yay. Should probably find out if I have good kinesics. I think I do.
I'm definitely keeping an eye on her. Did I roll it too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I at least, like,
It
help?
rolled twice. I mean, they're
Fine.
not bad either time, but
Ooh, even better.
oh yeah, that is much better.
Yeah. So Issa, she seems relaxed, chatty, doing business. Nothing out of the ordinary. Estrella can pick up that this is a client that she's done a lot of business with. You can probably tell that she's getting more money out of him than she really should be. But that's because she's flirting pretty heavily.
I know that game.
But more importantly, and after this we're going to go to break, just to be aware. Issa, you took memory artifact.
I did.
So,
I mean,
as you're sitting there observing Gladys, you kind of get this memory. You can't quite tell whose perspective it's from, obviously, because your memory artifact works off of the morph. But you remember this woman. You remember her very well. You remember marrying her.
Uh-oh.
For the fall. So you have a lot of these feelings of love and affection and adoration in that moment. And then the memory kind of fades into something more bittersweet. Gladys is getting more involved with things that you feel you don't necessarily approve of. This is in the memory, not you, the ego. And then a lot of sadness before the memory just kind of fades back. And on that note, it is break time.
All right, everyone, we will be
Cool,
back in
cool.
about 10-ish minutes with more No Single Thing Abides. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody.
Welcome back to the party.
Hope you missed us.
So, when we last left, Issa had just had some really weird memories triggered.
And these are
Yeah,
memories
so-
from my morph, right?
Right. Like, you distinctly know that it is not.
Which is very interesting because this is the only morph I've ever had.
Exactly, yeah. That you know of.
That I know of.
But that doesn't mean that the morph has not had other egos.
Yeah, which yeah, considering my motivations, Esev is very curious about that memory. I'm not sure how Beauty feels yet because Beauty does not like intrusions.
Did Gladys see Issa?
Yeah, did Gladys recognize Esev?
If she did, she didn't show any outward sign of it.
I should have
But
done
she
a
know
forensics
she
check on it right
definitely
then.
recognized Seal. Okay.
Similar memory artifact of wheels. No.
No, just a blank. Just a blank there.
Yeah, I'm gonna file that away for future shenaniganery.
Shenaniganery. Okay. How long does it take her to finish up with the other person?
Oh, it takes her like 5 minutes, and then she's like happily seeing him out the door. And then she comes over to your table and sits down and goes, and she looks directly at Wheels. You liked Kick, right?
Yeah, kick is my thing.
Yeah.
But
You
I'm
have
hot.
no idea who I am, do you?
oh yeah, no, I know I bought from you before, right?
She just kind of laughs.
Esev's just gonna.
We're cool, right?
Yeah, you don't owe me anything, it's fine. I just hadn't seen you in a while, was wondering what the hell was going on. You know.
Oh yeah, things have been great. I've been great. I've just been, crashing cars. But yeah, my friend Bria here is really
Right.
Jones and
Estrella.
I'm sorry. The names. Estrella.
Broke.
Headphones broke, it looks like.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Yeah, is really jonesing for some no fucks, and what we've been able to get just isn't the same as what was on the market not so long ago.
See some headphones over there. You'll find them. All right, guys. One.
We will hold on while the technical difficulties get sorted.
Do you want to do a pop to a quick break again?
I was gonna ask what Dak was doing while this is all happening.
Now Dak has a challenge. So Dak would like to. So there was one node set up before. Now they want to set up a couple dozen.
Okay.
Just all around that dome. And like leave them off. And then the plan would be to turn them all on at the same time and try and track, response times and things like that. What is Dak dealing with?
So my first question to you is, are you trying to hack Maniac at all?
Like directly?
Yeah.
As once that network is set up, oh yes.
Okay, so you can get the network set up, but Like any connections that network tries to make to Maniac are just immediately blocked. It's eerie, it's uncanny, it's what the fuck.
Even with all of them going live at the same time and all going for different penetration points, all of them are instantly shut down.
Yep.
Oh, we don't like that.
If you want to roll me an infosec, if you manage to get a critical success, that might get you somewhere. Is it the infosec or infiltration?
Or which?
Or infiltration.
It's going to be infosec.
Yeah.
And encryption Trojans is a specialty. I don't know if that'll be useful or not.
Probably not. Like, you can get in for brief moments. And the more that you're bombarding it, the longer those periods are, but they're never quite long enough to get a solid grip on anything. Like, the most you get is kind of a digital equivalent of, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, and then it's gone.
Okay. I think the next question would be, with all of these pings, even though they're not very long, but they're still getting longer, is that enough to kind of start putting together any kind of a puzzle piece?
What you would really be able to tell is that whatever security they've got going on is it's definitely not an organic life form doing it. You figure that there's some kind of info life or AGI running the encryption. And they are very hands-on.
If you do not succeed at first, try at least 10 million options.
And brute force.
Yeah, I mean, Dak is basically going to continue attempting to distract with a brute force hack for right now.
Okay.
And just try and overwhelm the system so it's distracted for a while.
Okay. I didn't prepare for this. So yeah. So that is what Dak is going to be doing while all of the rest of everything is happening.
This is the plan.
Alright. And we'll keep periodically making some rolls on that.
Is that the Dak attack?
The Dak attack.
The Jack Dak attack.
Alright. So now that we have Bria back.
Yeah, now that I'm not like scrambling.
Yeah.
No more struggling.
Do back over there?
Yeah, so we agreed that we're saying that I was the one who's trying to get the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that's cool with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Wheels has talked to Gladys and told her that you are interested in getting some no fucks, but none of the current stock anywhere seems to be any good. And at that, Gladys just kind of laughs. She goes, "Yeah, it's been pretty shitty, but What can you do? Sometimes labs just go out of business. Such a shame. They had some really good stuff. Working on some really interesting stuff too.
They were working on something?
You know,
Like a better strain?
Roll me or something.
Something? You got it. I will roll something.
Actually, roll provoke because you're trying to provoke information out of her.
Okay. What?
Wow.
Oh.
Is that a fail or
No.
So that's
No,
that's
that's a-
basically if you were rolling
best
two
success.
if you were rolling two physical d10, that would be that would be a double zero,
That's
which
a
is
perfect
Oh,
success.
right.
yeah, that is the best
Okay.
success you can get.
Wow.
Nice.
So she just goes, no. They've done the best they could with no fucks and all the other shit that they do up there, and they do some really wicked shit. No, they were working on some. I don't know how much you know about like not bio drugs.
Assume I'm fairly versed.
All right. So like they were working on this narco algorithm. And like narco algorithms, you know, they like simulate kind of the same drugs that you and I could take and just go off and be tripping and happy and fine. Have you heard of Inquisitive Green? Shit is wild. It makes colors like sentient. And they were trying to do this with the narco algorithm. And like I don't want to talk too much about it because like I'm not supposed to be dealing to info lives. Nobody's supposed to be dealing to info lives, but you know, whatever. But yeah,
Well, who am I going to tell?
I don't know.
No one, darling.
She's cool.
I mean, he trusts you, so that's weird.
To say the least.
But yeah, like they just kind of stopped talking to anyone a few months ago. And I was supposed to get a shipment from them last month, and it never showed up. So, but I do still have some of the old stash of no fucks if you want it.
Yes. I need it.
Go, Estrella. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yes. It really sate my hankerings.
But it would of course just be a temporary solution. So maybe you could put us in contact with someone that might know more about Maniac.
Ideally.
Would know anything about Maniac.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I don't think that anybody who isn't on Maniac right now would know anything about Maniac.
It was a small group of people running it to begin with, correct?
Yeah, there's like 20 people up there.
Has anyone seen anyone that may have been working there when it ceased contact? Perhaps? I don't.
Maniac's always been weird. Like, nobody really leaves. I mean, they kind of just stay secluded and send out messages when the drugs are ready to be picked up, or send a, and then you send a courier up there and he picks up the space drugs and you take the space drugs and everybody's happy.
All right. It's quite puzzling, isn't it?
It really is.
Don't you wish you could figure out what happened?
I don't know. They probably fucking. They probably like ate each other or something. I don't the fuck know.
Oh. I mean,
Yes. Interesting.
that's what happens with people taking MRDR and
Oh no, not
brutality. What is the other one? Brutality.
brutality. No, they don't usually eat each other. They just kind of go into a rage and then there's murder.
Like a Barbary.
What? Why? Is Dex supposed to be doing melee?
Ignore that.
He's just punching his keyboard.
Son of a bitch, son of a bitch, son of a bitch.
He's just having so much fun. He has to slap things.
Anyway.
So yes, if you could get me some of the good stuff. It's been very lovely chatting with you. And I'm gonna like hand her my card. Let me know if you want to stay in contact.
Cool.
And
She takes your card and is like, yeah, I'll get you like I just lost my train of thought. I'll get you prices.
No fucks?
Some no fucks, and Cool. We're cool.
Could I
the
make
whole
a
deal.
kinesics roll to see if she's been hiding anything?
Oh yes, I would definitely need to do that. Also.
Dang it.
Oh, bad.
So
This.
Wheels is like, yeah, she's totally cool, on board. It's fine. Cool.
Oh, never mind.
Estrella notices that
I got lost in her eyes for a moment there.
What were you saying, Jack?
No, nothing.
Okay. Estrella notices that she's very specifically not looking at Isev. Not looking at, trying not to address, trying to just ignore that exists at all.
Am I able to sort of see if Isev is reacting to this?
I don't know. How tightly controlled is Isev keeping her movements?
At the moment, because of my infection ratings at its base, very well.
Alright, so I would need you both to roll kinesics. I believe that's how this would work.
Not quite as good.
Knees
Would I
off.
roll? Would I roll kinesics or would I roll deceive?
Deceive.
Sorry.
Deceive, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You. Isev is being Isev.
Okay. Just file that away in my juicy gossip file.
All right. So you have discovered some information about Maniac. Is there anything else you want to do before Gladys heads off to wherever she goes?
No, I'm good, I think. I don't know if Wheels needs anything, or Isev.
Yeah, I think I want to get her digits. Just in case I need more kick, you know?
She would just laugh and be like, I don't deal that often, but here you go.
And Isiv's just like, mentally, she's going, I know she's not my girl. I know it. But there's something there.
I just feel it.
I still want to punch him.
Dang.
Unpop my collar.
As we walk out.
All right.
I feel like popping the collar, that's you coming out of stealth mode.
I don't know what it is. Just going with it.
Too many 20th century vids.
Lena, what have you been up to?
Well, basically, I am trying to make the fraudulent shipment look as legitimate as possible by ensuring that the ship's logs say that we've been in space for some time, that the date on the order and the date on the fulfillment paperwork are all sometime in the past, just before the date at which the folks at Maniac went dark.
All right.
Do you require an infosec or deceive check from me for that sort of thing?
Probably an infosec, yeah.
Okay. One infosec check coming up.
And like you're able to do it, it's just a matter of how well you do it. You do, yeah.
32%.
This was just a kind of a pass-fail, and if pass, like how well it was, and yeah, you did it well enough to fool anyone who would not have written that order.
Yep.
So like,
Cool.
yeah. Dak, you were trying to get into some systems. At some point, your barrage has managed one of your nodes has managed to get in long enough for you to access the system.
That's all we needed.
Creepy deck is creepy.
It's awesome.
What can we see in here?
What you see is going to depend on some dice rolls.
You see,
Lost my page again.
It's page XX.
you see you see a thief in a cart next to you, and another guy with his hands bound and his face gagged. And the guy looks at you, and he's like, "You were caught in the ambush too." And it's the opening to Skyrim.
It's for the noise, you know.
And for some reason, there's an old guy that's wandering around you going, Diablo.
Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while and listen.
Fucking
Tristram.
Like at first when I was playing that game,
No.
like I really enjoyed finding his books and stuff, but like his voice.
You enjoyed it until you took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Things I recently learned about Diablo. Apparently, when they were recording for the cow level, they just walked up to random employees and said, "Say moo." And so that's why sometimes you hear this like, "Moo?" A lot of people just, "Moo." It's just, they didn't tell them why. It's just a moo. Okay.
Alright, so
Oh, right, plot.
Moo?
Ooh.
She found page XX.
So you have in this system hidden status, which means you can poke around. You don't have admin privileges, but the system doesn't know you're there, isn't doing anything to get you out.
I would say they would keep the barrage going.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, keep it the system distracted and attempt to access cameras. Any kind of surveillance.
All right. right. Roll me a infosec. It's gonna be mostly infosec.
Nice.
Nice. You are able to gain access to the cameras relatively easy because that is a superior success. Yeah, you can gain access to the cameras. I have to look one more thing up.
Dak, what do your hive mind eyes see?
So
Everything.
you see that it appears that all 20 residents are moving around just fine. Nothing too bad going on here.
Or is there?
What is there?
Ta-da.
You roll music for me?
Hmm,
I'm sorry. I know this
really?
What
Oh,
are
wow.
humans?
Lucky.
Dang.
I didn't
Yeah,
expect that to happen.
I did neither.
And that's why we roll.
What you notice in this is that a lot of these people, like, most of them seem like they're just kind of... They seem very stiff and just kind of bored with life, like you do. You get bored. Every now and again, you see someone who looks like they're not comfortable in this skin. Like, their movements are a little jerky. They might just be kind of staring off into space and drooling a little bit. A couple of people just look absolutely massively confused. And this is like, out of 20 people, there's like 5 people that are in one of these states.
Oh. That is
I'm the confused
significant. Tag yourself.
Me, I am. Sorry. I'm sorry, I keep talking over you.
But, that's interesting. Could they possibly rewind, like, footage to when they stopped seeing people?
What do you mean when they stop seeing people?
When Maniac, cut off.
Yeah, when Maniac cut off from everyone else. Sorry,
They
yeah.
just stopped dating. They...
It wasn't them. It was you. Ouch.
Roll me infosec.
Oh, nope.
Womp womp.
Could use a thing to flip it.
Could.
Or...
An insight pool, probably.
Yeah, flex or insight would do it. And that buys me time.
And what would that do for me? And how do I do it?
It's under ego.
So,
Or morph, sorry. And then you would...
yeah, you basically would use a point to switch the 10s and the 1s digits. So instead of an 84, it's a 48. Which would make it a success rather than a failure.
Okay, so that's a insight point I would use?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. You're able to rewind a good ways. But what you notice is the time period from about... Why can I not just have multiple pages open at once? The time period from about the time period from just before they cut off contact is fine. Like, they seem very energetic, happy about life. No one's like drooling or anything. And then there's no camera feed for a period of about a month. Like, they go dark and there's no camera for a month. And then it resumes and you're in the state that you currently see. More people seem confused than before, but they slowly come out of that confusion.
So Daka's gonna package this all up and send it to the rest of the team. We have a theory. What have you found?
Not much I can say.
Oh, beauty.
But the woman told us that there's some sort of what's the word for it? Narco
algorithms.
They were working on a narco algorithm, whatever that is. And I don't know. That seems pretty dangerous, in my opinion.
What did this narco algorithm do they were working on?
It was a hallucinogenic.
They said something about colors becoming sentient.
But for computers, Dak, you might dig that.
Some of the collective would be very interested. However, I do believe this confirms our hypothesis. The consensus we have come to is that drug might have infected them with awareness.
Yeah, that lines up with what I was thinking.
Especially when you review this footage.
Alright, so I'm watching the video now that he's put up.
Oh no, never mind that. It's just the Watts McCloud strain. Never mind.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to see, my Muse is proficient with no Watts McCloud strain exsurgent virus. So would there be behaviors that I'm seeing on the video that my Muse would trigger or would flag as behaviors reminiscent of the Watts McCloud virus?
I mean, you're welcome to roll it.
I will do that just because you say I can.
Always best to try.
Well, you know, roll.
Why not?
Are you? Oh.
There you go.
First one was good though.
The first one was really good. So your Muse pings you and lets you know, hey, that's some exsurgent shit right there.
You hear Isev go, oh shit, and then you hear Isev go, oh shit.
Like, you can't be sure 100% that it's exsurgent, but it is very reminiscent of, especially the confusion and the kind of It's not Watts McCloud. That is the only thing that your muse can tell for sure.
This might be worse than we were led to believe. Or, well, no, this is Firewall. This is probably just as bad as we were led to believe.
Never making a deal with a winged cat again.
I mean, really, you only needed the one.
Yeah, I don't think you really have a choice from now on.
So do any of you know what an exsurgent virus is?
I don't know, do I?
That would be my question as well.
Mm.
Should I roll?
pretty much do now, I think.
Yeah, what kind of thing would be appropriate to roll on that?
Would be... That would be a research check. Yeah.
I'm ahead of you.
Oof.
Keep in mind that your muses can do research too if they need to.
Mm.
I don't know what a muse is.
That is
Not
basically your personal
muse.
assistant.
Yeah, your muse would be your personal assistant, basically.
Oh, that's much better.
I'm still missing a roll from Melina, I think?
Okay, sorry, I thought I would have. Hang on. Yeah, I thought I would have had an idea from the research I did on the Titans earlier.
Yeah, you would have picked that up from the Titan research. So Estrella and Dacno and Wheels' muse pipes up with the exsurgent virus. So during the fall, like, entire habitats just kind of went out of their mind. Plagues, people started reading minds, hearing voices, all sorts of things, and that's a lot of what contributed to 95% of humanity being wiped out, or various exsurgent viruses. And
How much do we really know?
We have to go deeper.
so, basically, you're vaguely aware of exsurgent viruses as a concept, kind of like you are vaguely aware with anthrax as a concept. You've probably never known anyone that you know of who has gone through this, but you know the horror stories, you know.
I thought you meant the band at first.
I mean, also fair, you've heard the horror stories.
I'm pretty sure that Melina would have actually at one point been a fan of the band.
That's fair. That is very true. But yeah, that's what you know.
The
Also-
exsurgent viruses were one of the worst things unleashed by Titans. Like, when people think of Titans and the devastation, that was all exsurgent.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's what was in that tube.
No.
There's another one. Well, maybe like a new one. I mean,
You
if
better
the-
hope
the-
not.
If the first one's like wiped out so much of humanity, but they also like give us superpowers or whatever, then like it would make sense that, well, they're like reading minds and that sort of thing. But I mean, that would be something that guy would want, right?
Well, if you want to know where the thing is, so you can go get some and try it out, I'm sure we can find a nice, secure location for you to test it.
Estev just starts pacing and muttering to herself.
Is it contagious?
Extremely. And it based on what I know and what my muse has told me, I'm assuming, it doesn't really care what body you're in.
How do you destroy it?
So far as I know, you don't.
It just destroys you.
Or changes you.
Converts you.
Into like a Mormon? Or like a zombie?
Perhaps if you would have put it
I
this
want
way.
to say no, but yeah, probably.
Go ahead.
Perhaps you could. Perhaps you could put it this way. From what I understand of the Titans, having done a bit of research, basically these viruses, or viri, if you prefer, effectively attempt to debug you to turn you into what the Titan believes is good quality code.
Oh.
Or they turn you into something that is very effective at destroying other things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds like it would be high quality code for a Titan.
That's my understanding. I could have it wrong. Like I said, I've only been looking at stuff up in the standard public research labs, etc.
I think Wheels is up under the spaceship right now with an arc welder, like messing with some components of it, hot wiring some things.
Cool. Is that Melina is in the ship, waiting for everyone else to be done. While this is all happening, she's talking on the party line. She does say to you, "Is that the go faster button?"
I'm installing a go faster button.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm pointing at the new thing.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. I'm not scared for my safety at all. And I'm just gonna like get on the ship.
Nice.
Would my muse or my own personal experience tell me a way to neutralize whatever is happening? Like if it is exurgent, would I be able to not necessarily destroy it, because I don't think I can do that, but neutralize it?
Roll research.
Who has the better research?
Not me. Not me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Maverick do that.
Okay. Everick would know the best way to neutralize the exurgent virus is to nuke it from orbit.
It's the only way to be sure.
So
Really
what?
is.
And we're supposed to get in and lay eyes on this.
To what
We
it from
just
orbit?
did.
Yikes.
Sorry.
We don't have a nuke. Do we?
This is Anarch territory. We might.
We
Fine.
might be able to obtain one with the information we've delivered so far.
Well, we got to go in there first, right?
Do we
Oh,
have to?
oh, this is gonna be
Can
Let me
we
put it this
build
way.
one?
They don't want us to just blow this thing up.
DM is saying a word.
Y'all keep talking over each other and I can't follow who's saying what.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Alright. Who has questions?
Does this qualify as evidence?
Does it have to be about the game?
No.
Damn it.
Would Isev or Maverick know if the exsurgent virus can be transmitted through what's the word I'm looking for? Basically through hacking.
Roll me Maverick's Watts McCloud Exurgent Strain.
Oh shit.
Ooh, I would like to spend. Let's see. Is that going to be, what is that?
47. So that's good.
That one.
Yeah, but what would I be spending to make that 47?
No skill, so I think either your flex or your insight.
Let's spend flex on that one.
All right.
And turn that into a 47.
So what Maverick would know?
Thank you.
Where did it go? There it is. Maverick would know that the Watts McCloud strain of the exurgent virus can be transmitted as a digital virus or a nanoplague. Maverick is not entirely sure if that's true for other strains, but it's a possibility.
I'm gonna go, Dak, are you still connected to them?
Yes.
Could you roll me an infection
Dak's
test?
gonna get,
Who to what?
Dak's gonna get an STD.
Who's gonna what now?
Stop. You're being really loud.
Jesus. Who needs to roll what infection?
I need Dak to roll me a D100.
Sorry, Dak.
Okay.
Disconnect. Disconnect now.
Dak's
Break.
gonna drop the connection.
Remove.
There's at least one strain of the exsurgent virus that can be transmitted through electronic connections. Digital connections is probably the word I was looking for.
Oh.
While at it, can you make that roll for me again?
That could be good.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh, fuck.
That's not good.
Hold on one second.
Can they use a pool?
I mean, they can, but it may or may not help.
Can I do a
Oh,
visual
yeah,
flavor
true.
thing?
Sure, go for it.
As Isev is looking at whatever representation of Dak there is, one eye is going to stay the violet color, but the other eye that was gold is going to subtly change red.
All right. Let me just do one thing real quick. All right. I have to go find the thing now because I didn't take notes good enough. I will work on that for next time. What I really should do is just print this book out. That would be so much easier.
Oh man, I wish I had that much ink.
I would not be printing it from a home printer. You know what the thing does?
Is that gonna gain superpowers?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So, Dak, you are suddenly very, very, very angry.
Mm.
This may or may not be something you have had experience with before.
What is anger?
What is anger, motherfucker?
So from moving forward, Dak's gonna be pitched up about another 20 decibels. Just keep that in mind so I'm not like actually shouting at anyone.
Gotcha.
No.
All right, so now what do we do?
Consider mentioning this sooner.
I'm used to the speed of speech. So really, no, I couldn't mention that sooner.
That is very inefficient.
Yeah.
Hey, Dak.
Hmm?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, but doing it any other way is way more dangerous.
Hey, Dak.
Yes?
You're suddenly really sad.
Drop back to regular pitch and then like even more. No, you can't even tell. It's just regular pitch again.
Would I or Maverick ping on this?
No.
Okay.
What about Dak? Does Dak realize anything's off?
I mean, you're feeling emotions.
Feeling emotions, and you're feeling them really weirdly quickly?
Is your body language showing any of this that I can determine?
As far as I know, you guys are talking just over voice.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever looking at Dak, right?
I mean, sometimes he presents like a what I imagine to be similar
Like
to
a
like a
nanoswarm.
school of fish,
Yeah.
but like
I like to think that when he's just
less,
voiced,
yeah.
that there's just a little like a AOL icon in the corner.
Does Dak have a simul space avatar?
Dak was not in simul space at the time.
I'm not saying you were.
Okay,
I'm
I'm just. Yeah, you all would have seen it during the simulspace meetings. It's like a constantly shifting, like cloud of swarm of nanobots. It's like changing shapes all the time to represent the different members of the collective.
Okay. So, out of curiosity, the rest of you who went to see, what's her name? Did you, Gladys? Did you return to the ship yet, or have you come to the ship yet?
yeah.
Probably at this point,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Remember, because Wheels is under the hood.
Installing a new Go Faster button. It went great. It went great, by the way.
Can I maybe
Everything's great.
use my Circle A contacts or talk to the professor to get a very effective bomb?
Which of these would you like to do?
If Dak already has it, then well, I guess if you know, I don't know. I guess we don't know.
I would like to point out, we're all connected to DAC, aren't we?
I mean, that depends how many layers of encryption is that going through.
So many. It's what DAC does.
It's like a kid in a snowsuit.
I mean, I'm relatively safe because I have a dominating strain, but shit.
This on purpose.
I would.
What I will say is that no one else is exhibiting the same symptoms that Dak is exhibiting.
Okay. I would contact the professor and ask if he can source us a bomb that's effective enough to blow the entire hab.
Why would you need a bomb that effective is what he's going to ask you.
Well, you told us that our job is to take care of threats to transhumanity. This might be the only way to deal with this kind of threat.
What kind of threat are you talking about? What is going on?
I'm not absolutely certain, but Maverick pinged Exurgent.
Like, everything about his voice is just balls at this point. And he just kind of goes, yes, there is a bomb catch. You will have to take the ship to get there, but... And he gives you the location of an asteroid.
Much obliged.
Be sure to hit Maniac and nothing else.
There will be a moment of my face going absolutely blank as there's an argument that happens, followed by, yeah, I'll make sure of that. Absolutely. And I'm going to cut that line as fast as I can.
Hey, Dak.
Hmm?
You are deliriously happy.
Oh god, this is gonna be fun.
I'm really digging the way you're acting that emotion dream, Jack.
So
I would kind of want you to just start playing music over the overhead speakers on the ship just randomly.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Singing in the rain.
There are soundtracks happening now.
Oh,
My mind went to a totally different place. I was thinking Ren and Stimpy, happy, happy, joy, joy.
So here is my suggestion. Plan A, we go and pick up this bomb. We take it to the hab. We stick it to the outside. And we detonate it. Plan B, which I get the oddest feeling is the plan we're going to have to go with. We go inside and plant the bomb. And run like hell and detonate it.
Do we feel like we have enough evidence?
I do.
Well, does Shufen feel like we have enough evidence to... what was it? If the threat is detected, you're to use your best judgment in containing or eliminating it?
Shufen's the one that's giving us the bomb.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just missed that connection.
You were working on the engine, and it's fine.
Yeah. I missed that because I was.
You have your priorities right.
I'm like strapped into the pilot's seat, just like
I will
some kick right now. Like
let me check something real quick because I think there's something I'm gonna do to myself.
Just for the record, if you strap a bomb to the back of the ship with enough blast shielding, that would certainly act as a go faster button.
Noted.
There's you see my face go blank again, so there's another argument. But there is the only sign that Isev is in any way emotional about this is they take out a pack of cigarettes and just light one up and start smoking.
So are we gonna? Maybe it would be better instead of sticking it to the outside or taking ourselves in. If we could get some sort of drill and just like physically make like a big old hole in it and just put the bomb in that.
Maybe
How
if
do
we were
Sorry, go ahead.
sufficiently skilled, we could fly the ship along the side of the station, and at the last minute we drop it into a chute. It goes down to the power source and detonates the whole thing.
We would need a missile the size of a womp rat. I'm sorry.
Use the insurgent virus rain.
The beautiful thing about this is you're sorry. I'm not.
Okay. How would we arm the bomb? I'm not sure that we can do that remotely. And if we do that from the outside, I'm not sure what complications that'll present. Granted, explosives are not my area of expertise. Physical explosives are not my area.
Usually you can set like a timer though, right?
Isn't there like an app for this?
Bomb go boom. Usually it depends on the type of bomb. So maybe that should be our first step. Let's go find out what kind of bomb we get. And if it's a tactical nuke, I'm laughing.
Able to tell what kind of bomb it is? It doesn't look like anything normal.
Oh, goody.
We would expect nothing less.
Exsurgent is bad business, and you used the magic word.
I knew that would be the magic word. That's why I was kind of like, do I want to say this? Is this going to get me killed?
How do you know? Well, should we start flying there?
Yeah, let's go get the bomb. We'll go get a little floaty boy.
This is going to be complicated because we don't want to connect to electronically to that building for very long or very often, if at all.
Oh yeah, hey Dak. You're feeling anxiety.
For some reason, the amorphous avatars start sweating.
What if all of us are infected?
I wouldn't worry about me.
But what if we should?
You'd be very wise. I'm saying I wouldn't worry about me.
I'm just inhaling a whole bunch of kick. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. We're gonna run away from it all.
I shouldn't have done that. Picked a bad time to put a cracker in my mouth. So you're getting in the ship. You hush.
Yum.
So you're taking the ship to Maniac, and unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to cut it there because I don't think we're gonna resolve this in 10 minutes.
We'll just make a bunch of really quick fire rolls and do it.
For the record, I have in my game notes, don't let Estrella lick viruses.
But you should lick the
Valid.
bomb.
Slightly valid.
Alright.
The
I
fidget
had
makes
to
it tingle.
plan specifically, but
So yeah. So as we close, you have a bomb. You don't quite know what the fuck this bomb does. And
I am. Yeah, there's a part of Issa that's like, ooh, new toy. It's the part that was arguing earlier.
I guess we should probably call the doctor and ask him what kind of bomb it is.
I don't think he'll tell us.
I suspect he'll say it's an effective type.
We need to know how to use it.
Is there a big red button on it?
Probably not.
no, there's no big red button.
Okay. I was gonna say it.
I knew.
Very easy, idiot-proof instructions here. Big red button, push.
I mean, if it's got a computer, it can be hacked into, right?
That's why we want to be very fast.
Good thing we've got the fast guy.
I should mention, exsurgent viruses not only adapt very quickly, if it can't hack the bomb, it might just dismantle the bomb.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
Anyway.
well,
So let's do the thing where we go around and tell us who you are, tell us where we can find you, tell us what you're working on, and we'll go in reverse order. So starting with Gemma.
Okay, hi, I'm Gemma Hooper. I am a writer and a digital producer. I do stuff at Antipode Yarns, at Welcome to the Party, and you can get me on Twitter at Bluejay Gliding or at Antipode Yarns. I am the DM for Welcome to Cottaset on Wednesday nights with Welcome to the Party, and I also am now playing in the Shadowrun campaign on Thursday nights every second week. That's it for me. Thank you all. We hope you enjoyed the silly jokes, and have a good night.
All right, Wheels.
Yeah, I'm Keith. You can find me on Twitch at Material Components. We're on Friday evenings running a Fate Core Wilderness Survival Horror game. Check that out. I'm also at Material Components on the Twitter. So catch me in all the places.
All right, Bria.
hey, yeah, I'm Bria. You can find me at Mimic Sumachan on Twitter. I do this every second and fourth Tuesday. I do Mimic Nights every first, third, and occasional fifth Tuesdays. And I'm in the Welcome to Cottaset game on Wednesday nights. But most active in the Discord. I'm there like all the time. So if you ever want to come hang out, that's where I am.
And Rain.
I am Rain Hayes. You can find me here every Sunday playing Winds of Chaos, where I play. Well, we all made career changes, so I'm not a nun anymore. And Sunday nights I play Misspent Youth. Tuesdays I play. Well, every other Tuesday I play this, and on Saturdays I do the Echolocation Service podcast. I also have D&D 5e options up on DM's Guild. You can find them by searching my name. And you can find me on Twitter at RainGhost, surrounded by X's.
All right, and Jack.
Hey everybody, I am Capjack, or at Captain J Cross on the Twitters, and you can find me all over the place here on Welcome to the Party. Here on the first and third Tuesdays, you will find me here in Eclipse Phase for No Single Thing Abides. And then the second, fourth, and fifth Tuesday, I'm in the Mimic Knights game as well with Bria. Let's see, on Fridays, you can find me here in the evenings for Dragon Dark Days, our 5th edition campaign running the Waterdeep heist. And on Saturdays, I am one of the Sabbat members for our 3-stream game of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition set in 1943. So definitely come by, see us, and it's awesome.
Awesome. And I am Michi at Michi-Sars on the Twitter. I am here every first and third Tuesday DMing this. I am also here every other Thursday for the Pokemon Tabletop Adventures game, which is also a this. I end up in the weird games, I guess. And yeah, that's all I'm doing currently.
All right, well, we're going to be rating Dungeons and Distractions. I hit a button and things happen, so, all right, cool, yes. And so, we will see you all later. So, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.